As he said, my name is Chris. Thank you, Grant. I am a entrepreneur, digital nomad. I have 3 businesses under my belt. Well, 2 and 1 that needs to be formed. So the Catch Chris brand is my newest brand. It's my thought leadership brand. It's the one that is closest to my spirit because it is what allows me to spread intellectual capital to those who weren't meant to have it. And I give myself bonus points when I get institutions to foot the bill. The reason that I do the work that I do in business advising is because I have a dad who was an entrepreneur. And when I tell you he was dope, all right, what my dad does, he is the greatest at. He buys cars from the auction, rehabs them, and refurbishes them, and then sells them. He's done that since literally the day I was born. He got a phone call from my mom telling her that she was going into labor and I was on my way. And his job told him that he couldn't go to the hospital. And on that day, my daddy handed them their uniform and he said, okay, great, you can have this job. That night, he and my mom had a conversation after I came into this world. And they agreed that it was time for him to pursue entrepreneurship. And he is good at it. I'm talking about you take a car. You ain't even got to take the car to my dad. You can just call him up and say, hey, Mr. David, my car is going tat, tat, tat. Right? And then he'll ask you for the variation of this sound. It is the funniest conversation, happens on a regular basis. And every time he can diagnose the issue without even having seen the car. That's how dope he is at what he does. But what he did not have access to was the intellectual capital that is required in order for you to run a sustainable business, for you to grow a sustainable business. Excuse me, I'm getting over the flu. But as he went into entrepreneurship, and I grew up with him as a full-time entrepreneur, Dad never went back to work, never did again. He has stuck it out all of these years. But most of those years, the years that I was growing up, the example that I had was that entrepreneurship is the way that you go broke. That is the way that you will not be able to reach your goals. There is not wealth in entrepreneurship. You must, in fact, when I was at Howard, I said out of my mouth, so embarrassed because I'm like, oh, she was so wrong. Who's that girl? But I told them I will always work for the man. Absolutely. I would like that paycheck every 2 weeks. Thank you. I would like those benefits every 2 weeks. That is the scarcity mindset that first generation entrepreneurs grow up with, because what we know is stable is something that someone else has created and we're along for the ride. But some of us were not meant to do that. My dad was not meant to do that. Many of y'all on this call are not meant to do that. I tried so hard. My first career was as a print journalist. I worked for newspapers in Macon, Georgia, Tennessee, DC, Roanoke, Virginia, Indiana, basically across the nation, right? So I worked at all these news organizations and I was trying my best to foot the bill, like to fit this box. What you see and who you hear now, you would not have heard 10 years ago because I was inside of the box. Okay. I was definitely trying to play the game, but I didn't fit in. And I had a wonderful boss. Right after I came out of journalism, I took a county position in Harris County, Texas, working for a very small communications department for a very large organization. And I had a boss. I had a leader. She wasn't even my boss at the time. She was a leader. And she came to me and she told me very frankly that I didn't fit. And she said, and I kept telling her, well, I've got to find a job before I leave. This was my mindset back then. The 9-to-5 mentality is absolutely a mentality, right? And so back then I said to her, I got to find a job before I can go anywhere. I have to stick this out. It doesn't matter how much it doesn't fit me. And she told me, no job is going to fit you. She said, you are a creative. You have innovative ideas. You want to see those ideas come to fruition. You don't want to have to march to someone else's drum. That is not who you are. And so she encouraged me to go get my first DBA. I was so proud. I was so proud of my DBA. And I operated under that thing up until for the first 5 years. But either way, what I soon learned was that I, with my Howard education, I, with all of this journalism experience, I had reported on Capitol Hill. Okay. I had reported for Dow Jones Newswires, the Wall Street Journal. I done did all of this. I have reported on governments. I did mostly investigative reporting. Okay. I mean, I was at the top of my journalism class at Howard. I was at the top of my journalism game when I was in journalism. And I won awards when I worked for the county, working for the communications department. So I was really, really good and really, really skilled. But I didn't know entrepreneurship. I didn't know business. I had no idea what the difference was between an S corp and a B corp and a C corp. Corp what? You know, I was operating off of a DBA. That was way over my head, let alone what a business canvas is or a unique value proposition or MVP, which is not most valuable player in business. It is your minimal viable product. And if you do it correctly, it will be your most valuable player. But if you don't know what that is, you don't know to pursue that. You don't know to scale your business back to the very bare bones and let that be okay. Let it be a little bit raggedy. You don't know that, especially those of us who have a college education or we're real studious, right? Because we were trained to do things to perfection. We were trained to edit it, re-edit it, and then edit it again, right? Until you get it right, because we were going after A's. Little did we freaking know in entrepreneurship, for real, C's get degrees and sometimes D's. Here's why. And I'm giving y'all this piece. And as Eric Kelly knows, I come on and I try to give y'all as much as I can cram in. So I should have warned y'all, get out a pen and paper. So what an MVP allows you to do is to strip it back to the bare bones, and so that you can test out the primary hypothesis that you have. We all did the science experiments, right? So you're testing out the very bare, like the bones of this. So the celery, right? Will the colored water come to the top of the celery? That one. I hope all of y'all did that one. That was my favorite science experiment. But you scale it as far back as possible so you can reduce your overhead, reduce your operations, which means because most entrepreneurs start as a very small team of one and possibly a contractor. And so that MVP allows you to not only prove out that your target audience needs this. Like my target audience is first generation wealth builders. I have been able to prove out under the radar. Yeah, if you go off on social media, you'll see some Catch Chris stuff. There is a website and all of those things. But I have intentionally built this brand in the background so that I can test it. So I can try some things out with a few people first and make sure that the delivery is right, that the content is coming out in a way that it can be received. It's part of the reason that I can come on here, having been up all night working on a grant proposal, and just talk to you, because I've been testing this language for the last 3 years. I don't need a big old social media following. I've got one. I have, people following me for other reasons, but you don't need a big social media following to prove your concept. But you don't know that if you don't know that, and you don't know to know that, right? And that's our challenge as first generation entrepreneurs. The biggest challenge that we have, though, is our money mindset. Our money mindset says to us that we got to work ourselves into the ground. Otherwise, we won't have the money that we need. We won't have worked hard enough to have earned the money in order for us to live and be human beings. That is what we are trained. Break that box. That's not true. Because what a first generation entrepreneur has, there are two things that we have that other entrepreneurs don't have. One, we have instinct. Because what we didn't get in intellectual capital in our neighborhoods and in our at our breakfast tables, what we didn't get there, man, we got some hardy stuff. Because I don't know about some of y'all, but I most certainly was catching the bus when I was a teenager across town. Okay. And not to just go play around. I had things to do and places to be because I was trying to, rise above. You got to work twice as hard. Right. And so that earns a lot of grit. If you've ever struggled with your bills, guess what? You got good instincts. You know when you're doing too daggone much, and it translates to your business. And so make sure that you are always following your instinct. The other thing that we have is we have word of mouth. We have always had word of mouth. Come on now, Harriet Tubman. How they get up there to the north? They were talking to each other. I'm Hispanic, Black, and white. So I've got ancestors on the other side of the border. They've been coming across for decades. I mean, it's driving the government crazy. How are they getting here? Word of mouth. So use your mouth. Ask people questions. Come to these things. Do not chase money, because the bad thing that we have is a terrible concept of money. We truly believe that we have to chase after it. We believe that for a reason, because that's what we were taught, right? They told us that we had to go run as hard as we could and get to that bag. You do not have to chase financial capital. I know there's a lot of programs out here. They're talking about pitch competitions. And so you win $5,000, win $10,000. We have a lot of programs talking about grants. Ooh, get this $50,000 grant, this $20,000 grant. First of all, to get the $50,000 ones, we're usually talking about some form of equity. If you don't understand equity, you don't need to be going after that anyway, because you're giving away your future money. That's where we got a problem, right? So I know that these programs are talking about financial capital, and it is useful and it is helpful when you know what you're doing with it. If you do not know what you're doing with it, it will slide through your hands. My first $10,000 check that my sister and I won for a pitch competition a few years ago, we didn't have the intellectual capital on what we should do with that $10,000 in order to grow our business. We paid for, oh my gosh, I was so frustrated. That check, first of all, it took 60 days to get to you. So be warned that when you win money, it takes a second to get to you. But even before it got to us, that $10,000 was spent on a system that we no longer use, and found out very quickly that we did not need, according to the roadmap that made the most sense for us to enter the market. Our what is called a go-to-market strategy, our lowest barrier to entry. Write down these terms, write down these words, go Google them, go ask someone in your ecosystem to explain them to you, because I'm not just saying them to say them. I'm saying them because you should know them, okay? They will be very helpful. And so what we learned was that traction we were not going to get with the system and the process that we were going, the roadmap we were taking at first. But we didn't know that, and we didn't know to know that. All we knew was that everybody was telling us, oh my gosh, I've got a great business. By the way, it's a virtual country club for business owners. And so, they're like, you got a great product. This is awesome. You can win so much money. I mean, they were selling us all the stuff. Okay. I'm spending hours on grants. That's why I can stay up and, bust out a grant now. All of it is not for naught. You learn lessons along the way. But I've spent hours doing all these grant applications. I had spent hours doing all these pitch competitions and preparing my pitch deck and practicing my script and doing all of these things. No one said, sis, you don't know what you're going to do with the money when you get it on the other side, right? Now, all those hours that I spent filling all these things out, getting ready for all of these competitions and these grant answers and all of this, all those hours, they were wasted because I didn't have the intellectual capital to properly answer the freaking questions. Educated, former reporter, I know how to answer some questions. I know how to write real good, right? I know how to do those things, but I didn't know lowest barrier to entry. I didn't know what traction was. I had asked what milestones were, and no one had explained it to me in a way where it makes sense. It's basically a benchmark. Once you reach this benchmark, then it makes sense for you to launch your next thing. So if you start with an MVP, you're going to say, okay, once we get 100 users to visit our platform consistently over the course of a quarter. And of course, you want to measure consistently by however many hours or however many visits, but whatever. Once you reach that number, then it makes sense for you to launch a new feature for the platform. Right now, I'm thinking about our platform, but it makes sense for you to launch a new feature, or it makes sense for you to move into a new market once you've mastered a certain market share, right? So you have to know what all those things are to even get the money. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. The other thing that you have to do is that you have to, sorry, I got a message. And so you have to know those answers before you can get the money. Then you got to know the intellectual capital in order for it to even make sense, because a standard business, a standard startup runs through $25,000 a month. And so a little $10,000 grant, they ain't doing all that much, not in the grand scheme of things. As first generation entrepreneurs, we have to learn that what we thought was a lot of money, it actually isn't. So that $60,000 salary, or that $80,000 salary, or even that $100,000 salary that you were originally going for, that's not a lot of money in business. Not really. Because when you think about the amount of expenses that there are in order to run a business, in order for you to come out with $100,000 at the end of the day, that's a lot of money. That there's a lot more money that needs to be made. So $10,000, drop in the bucket. Don't worry about the financial capital. From this day forward, if you have not been chasing intellectual capital, I want you to do that. And I want to tell you all of the pieces of intellectual capital. I know what you heard when I said intellectual capital. Most people hear two separate things. Some people hear intellectual property. Intellectual property is part of your intellectual capital. However, those are two, they're not synonymous at all. The other thing that people tend to hear is knowledge and expertise, right? Oh, I got to chase knowledge. Yes, you do. And that is part of intellectual capital. However, it is only one of three components of intellectual capital. I really hope by now y'all have that. Y'all got that pen and paper out. Okay. I've been kind of juicing y'all up so I can give y'all the three. Okay. So your first bucket is your expertise. It is your knowledge. It is what is called your, I got a little cheat sheet right here. Remember, I hadn't had any sleep. Is what's called your human capital. So your human capital, and we're going to talk about intellectual capital as a full business, because that's really what intellectual capital measures. It is a measurement of the intangible assets of your business. Okay. And so your first bucket is your human capital bucket. It is where your skills and knowledge base of you and your team, the knowledge that exists in your business. Okay. Your second bucket is your structural capital. Those are the non-physical infrastructure that's in place in order to make sure that that knowledge that you have within your company comes to fruition and that it's effective. So this includes your processes and your procedures. It also includes your IP. That's where your intellectual capital comes in. Those are those protections for you. The systems that are put in place, the methodologies, that's all part of your structural capital. Then you have your relational capital. Your relational capital is the relationships that your business has built with the community and the ecosystem, with your customers in the ecosystem. Yes, it does sound like networking. It's not just networking. Networking, at least as it's done these days, is handing people a daggone business card. It's hitting people up cold on social media. That's not what relational capital is. Relational capital is goodwill that you have earned. Now, how do we earn goodwill, y'all? We know. I know we know. I know you done went and volunteered somewhere. But somewhere in business, a lot of us forget that. A lot of us forget that the best relationships that we have, the best mentors that we have, the best people that we've ever run into, it happened when we weren't even dealing with money. We were just out there being good people. We were just being good community members. And you get to do that in business. Your business ought to be doing that. You ought to be looking at, what is a cause that I want my business to get behind? What is a social impact that I can make through this business, and encourage everyone who comes to work with me on my team as my business grows nice and strong? Who do I want to encourage them to impact as they also work with my organization, as they also work with my business? You as a CEO, so your business has that intellectual capital, right? You as a CEO, you also have your own intellectual capital, because baby, I don't know about y'all, but I am a whole business in myself. I have been working on Chris for years. Okay. I've been gaining all of this knowledge and intellectual capital. I've been learning structural capital about how to put that knowledge to work. And I want to take a pause right here just a little bit. In your personal structural capital, you want to look at who you are. as a person. If y'all notice, my earrings don't match. My glasses do not match. Why is that? It is not truly a styling choice, if I'm being honest with you. Now it's slightly intentional, but it started unintentionally because I got things to do. And I just am not the girl who's worried about whether or not my earrings match. You probably didn't notice until I just pointed it out. And so for me, for the way my anxiety is set up, for my structural capital, I had to say to myself, girl, that's not something we're going to worry about. They not worried about it. I'm not going to worry about it. Same thing with my socks. I just grab a sock, I grab two socks. As long as I got two of them, I mean, you know, and then when people do notice it, it's a conversation starter. If they don't notice it, then great. I've been able to eliminate something from me, but that's me, right? And so I need to turn this chat off. So for my structural capital, I don't care. That's not me. In order for me to operate at my efficiency, I can't waste time on what I look like. It's also why I talk to somebody about doing my styling. The other thing that I do is I'm late. I am frequently late. I am so sorry, Dr. Kelly, y'all. Every time I come on here, Dr. Kelly is tracking me down, and I try. I really do. I'm paying attention. I even told myself last night, don't forget, in the morning, you got this thing. Here goes Dr. Kelly calling me. It is not because I do not care. I absolutely care. But the way that I'm set up, there's so many things that are going on, and I lose track of them. I'm a little absent-minded professor. I had to give myself grace in order to encourage other people to give me grace on that. What I do on the other side of that, and that's what we have to do, that's what we have to also understand with our structural capital. It is important to build processes that are authentic to who you are, who you uniquely are as a CEO. However, we have to understand that we operate in a world with other people, and there is a perception. So if I had showed up here and I didn't have anything to say, and I was stumbling over my words, and I didn't have, any clue, and I looked top left and sideways, Dr. Kelly ain't calling me back, because that's further just like this girl ain't got her stuff together. But I make sure, because I know where I am going to fall down. I know me. You got to get to know you. I know me. I'm going to fall down on time. I try. I really do try. Y'all should look up this meme by a reel that I saw the other day by J-Lo. She was like, I'm not late, like where I mess everything up. Like, I'm not late. I'm just kind of, not on time. And I so feel that. That's who I am. But in exchange for the people who work with me, giving me some grace in my absent-minded professionalism, I make sure that I make them look good. I make sure that when I show up, I show up. And like J-Lo said, I'll never hold anything up. Okay. And so your third bucket is your relational capital as a CEO. As a CEO, you should be earning good grace. I know we don't want to be out here working for free, and I strongly encourage you to put very serious limitations and boundaries surrounding what your free time looks like. But it can't be no free time. It just cannot. You can't earn goodwill that way. One of the ways that I got into getting prepared for speaking engagements, I knew when I was in college that at some point I was going to have to be a speaker. I didn't accept it back then, but I did accept it 3 years ago. And 3 years ago, when I fully accepted it, I had a business connection who was coming through town. And I just hit her up and I said, hey girl, do you need anything? Can I help you out? And she said, oh man, you know what? I'm so glad that you asked. I really need somebody to come down here and take some pictures, because no one, I didn't get to travel with somebody this time. And I would really like to document this one because it was an important speaking engagement for her. So here I go. Sure, no problem. I show up, and I'm just attending the event to take pictures for her, right? At the same time, I'm earning human capital. I'm learning expertise. She was the one who told me, get outfits top to bottom, jewelry included. Now, I still hadn't done it, but I know I need to, right? Because you never know when a speaking engagement is going to come up. Case in point, this morning, I did not sleep last night. So when Dr. Kelly called, I'm like, oh, snap, I got to go. So I have 2 pieces that my lovely stylist put together that are sitting there. Okay, I'm going to throw those on real quick, right? And at least I'm able to show up as myself and looking presentable for you guys. And so I learned that working with, her name is Quinn Conyers. You should look her up. She's so awesome. So Quinn Conyers is like doing her thing. I'm just along for the ride. She's kind of, just talking about what she does because everyone loves what they do. So we're going to naturally tell you about what we do. And we're going to unintentionally, not because we're trying to keep it a secret, but because you're just talking about what you do. And if someone's listening, they're going to get some tips, right? So here I am, I'm getting those tips. At the same time, I was earning goodwill with her. I've not cashed in any chips. I'm not that type of person. And I don't suggest that you be that person either. Don't be sitting there counting up points. I did 10 things. I was over there with them for free for an hour. And so they owe me. Like, don't do all of that. That's bad karma. However, I do know that I earned goodwill with her. That goodwill, how it will show up later on, I don't know. We hadn't gotten there. That's just not something that we've done. But one that did get somewhere was with my first state contract last year. I got my first state contract because I happened to be just out and just talking to people. I had already built a relationship with a woman who works at Texas Women's University. Her name is Kimberly Nielsen. She is amazing. If you're in the state of Texas, know that Texas Women's University has free advising for any businesswoman in the entire state. I'm trying to work it out to do the same thing. So, catchchris.com, follow me. But either way, I run into Kimberly. She tells me that they are looking for an advisor. They desperately need someone who would be willing to go to the middle of nowhere, Texas for 3 months and also do advising for any businesswoman in the state of Texas. And she wasn't asking me to do it. She was just talking to me. I wasn't looking for anything. I was just talking to her. And I told her, I said, you know what? I mean, if you need, I don't mind going, and she's like, oh, well, it's not a big contract. It's a pretty small contract. That's fine. I get to go out and go help these business women. I get to go teach them intellectual capital. I get to go teach them stuff in a way that they can receive, something that I didn't get. I had to learn all of that. I know, it has been a journey. I had to track that stuff down. If not for my journalism life, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd probably be still broken hungry. And I'm not too far removed from that. 2.5 years ago, I was technically homeless, right? But I wasn't looking for money. All I was looking for was to be a helping hand to both Kimberly and the ladies that I could be a helping hand to. When I tell y'all I put in that proposal, not only did I win it because it was competitive, there were other people who bid. Not only did I win it, but I won it at 3 times the amount that was originally talked about. What? Look how God worked. And so today, can y'all give me a time check? I didn't clock my time. But so today, what I want to leave y'all with is to always chase intellectual capital. Don't chase the money. The money ain't there. Hello, Grant.
Man, I'm just listening to you. This has been wonderful.
Great. I'm glad you enjoy.
Oh, no, I want my young, especially in the age group that you are in and what you do and the intellectual capital you have gained through experience is wonderful. Because everyone thinks, oh, I'll just start a business. No problem. I'll just throw up a website and I'll just get social media and do some ads and marketing and I'm done. And
then I'm rich.
Ready to land. What's that? You said you wish?
I said that then they're like, oh, and then I'll be rich. I get 1,000 followers, I'm gonna be rich.
Yeah.
Grant, one of the things that I tell my entrepreneurs is Rockefeller didn't have social media last I checked. And that man made it. I mean, he kind of made it kind of big. I don't know if anybody know, but the man made some cash without digital media. Yeah. So that tells us that there is information. There are methodologies, old school methodologies that we can use offline.
Hey, you still suck air, as I say. So that ain't changed in a long time. So you start looking at those particular things to make you special, and you are special. So let us know what is the best way to catch Chris.
Catchchris.com. Remember that there is not an H in Chris, y'all. And I'm most active on LinkedIn. In fact, every first and third Tuesday of the month, I do a LinkedIn audio room. It's called Candid Cafe with Chris. And we have no fluff conversations. As y'all can see, I'm a direct person. So we have no fluff conversations, but they're always solution oriented. We go in with a question and we come out with some solutions. I'm not about dwelling. Okay.
No, this has been wonderful. Thank you for staying up all night to be with us on the Black Business Network. This has been wonderful. Genius
My pleasure.
Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
For sure.
That was wonderful. The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund. You can use the Cash App that's on below. Look at the screen. That's $USA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. You can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for January 2024. NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Roche Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Stat Management, Barbara H. Smith LLC, The Hello LLC, 5-Star BDM Media, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Geniuses Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
Did you know that our black dollar only lasts for 6 hours in our community? Yet other communities, their dollars last for 19 to 30 days.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso, a new concept in social media. Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces its community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta, and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together. Art to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. You know,
it explodes onto the canvas, or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions to what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons that I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak any English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. Maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
Hey everyone, it's Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate. I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius is coming.
You need to be messaging and communicating to a lot more folks and getting them committed to you as a brand and feeling that you are trustworthy as a subject matter expert, and for their needs and their pain points. That says, look, here are my pain points. Here's the problem that I have that I don't want, or the benefit that I want that I don't have. And Grant and Sydney understand that and are giving me information to be able to assist, in my eliminating those pain points.
You're going to get a lot out of this workshop. We're going to show you ways that you can begin to look at this particular problem, that you can apply different formulas, techniques, and skills. They're going to get you to that next level. And then you'll understand the value that we're bringing.
Five Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series. I am your business moderator for this morning on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Now, it's time to introduce our next speaker, remarkably, Coach Melvina Ford. Melvina is not just an author, but a beacon of hope and healing for women everywhere. Her books, What the Hell, A Life Testimony, and What the Hell, Her Rise from the Ashes, encapsulate her journey and the transformative power of resilience. Melvina specializes in life coaching, health, wellness, and spiritual healing, offering a sanctuary for women to find balance, release, and rejuvenation. Understanding the pressures women face in juggling multiple roles, she provides holistic approaches to foster emotional and mental well-being. Melvina's personal journey of overcoming struggles is a testament to her strength and empathy. Her mission is to shatter the glass ceiling for women, empowering them to discover their innate power and embrace their full potential, leading lives filled with love, joy, and success. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you Melvina Ford.
Hi, how are you doing?
And there she is. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me on. It's great to be here.
Thank you for joining us. This is going to be wonderful. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hi, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here. And after that wonderful introduction, I'm like, is that talking about me? But yes, it is. What I really want everyone to take a breath and think about is our look as a Black community on healing and health. We depend on the doctors to give us a prescription. We look at them to diagnose a lot of things for us. You know, we think that's the one-stop shop. That's where we're supposed to go all the time, but we forget who we are innately inside and the inner healing and power that we have within. So talking about breath work and talking about touch therapy is something foreign to a lot of the Black community. Some people, don't get me wrong now, it's starting to become more well known, but if you were to look at percentages, the percentages are really low. And we are really trying to expound on that and get everyone to understand what it's about. But before I dive deep into this, I just want you all to understand when we hear certain words as therapy, or we hear certain words as healing, or therapist, or doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist, those words are like, you know, connotations put on a negative content. I'm that crazy. There's nothing wrong with me. So I'm going to give you my story initially before I jump into this, and you'll understand why I've taken on this story. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I'm going to give you enough so you'll have enough to grip onto, because this is my journey to put me here. And I want you to understand that we all have a certain journey and we all carrying something. So if you were to look at, I'm just going to go to the place where I was in my life where I was suicidal, seriously. And I went to a psych ward from taking pills. And in the psych ward, they don't look at you as a human. So that's the one thing as a Black community, we're consistently fighting for. We want the same acknowledgement as any other race, background, or whatever you want to, call it. We want that same acknowledgement. We want to be recognized as a human being, as an equal. We want that. I think all of us do, no matter what race we are. But so going into a psych ward, the doctors are looking at you kind of strange anyway, and everything is basically a number or a situation, a sickness, and they're not looking at the person. So no one's really looking at how did this person get here. Okay, we see the symptoms, so let's just hurry up and give them pills and send them on their way. And we're not looking deeper into why. And when a person's in that fight or flight mode, which a lot of us are consistently in that mode, and we don't even know it. We don't even understand it. And we're carrying sicknesses and symptoms from childhood, from young adult, from our parents. Key, which a lot of us do not understand. We're carrying a lot of those traumas from our parents that haven't been healed from them. And that's where the generational cycle continues. We don't understand. We really need to dive deep into that. So I was in this psych ward, and the doctor's like, well, they're asking you what's wrong and what got you here. And before you could really be diagnosed as far as anything else, they're already ready to give you pills. They're it's like, it's your fault, it's this, you knew better than this. Okay, well, that's not helping me, because most people, when you're going to the doctor or you're going to a psychiatrist or whatever, okay, I realize the reason that I'm here, help me get out of it. And that's not what I was receiving. I was receiving, do you want a pill to take for the anxiety? No. And I had to go to the point where I had to reverse everything. I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do this, because this is not it. And I faked myself through it. I literally faked myself through getting out of there. So I was in there at 2:30 in the morning from the hospital after taking pills, and I got out at 2:30 the next afternoon, 12 hours. And the funny thing about this is, let me tell you, is when you are in the psych ward, you have, and this may sound a little strange, you have a lot more sane people in there than you think. They will let you think they're crazy. They're not. There was a woman in there, and she told me verbatim, and I couldn't believe how she played it. This is exactly what you say. This is exactly what you do. Now, I was in a depressed mode. I wasn't, psychotic or anything, but I was depressed, heavily depressed from what I had been through. This is what you do. This is what you say. So we had to go into this room, and they have us, like a community room. All the patients are there, and we sit there and we talk, and we go through the serenity prayer, and we talk about issues, or how are you feeling today? Are you feeling better? Da, 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 da. So the minute before we had this minute, this young lady told me this. So we get into the room, we're with the coaches or whatever, or the counselors. And all of a sudden, when it gets to her, she goes from this smart, intelligent woman to this, it's like she's talking to someone in the sky. And I'm sitting here because I'm just stunned, looking at this whole situation like, this is not happening. And I'm watching her. I'm like, wait a minute. She is not crazy. And I'm in my head, but I have to play straight face because I don't want anyone to know. I know that what she just told me. And so we go through the meeting, and they're like, yeah, we know you're playing this game. And she's just still playing, out of it. And then once the meeting is over and they leave out and we go back to our normal, whatever activities, she's like, didn't I tell you? And I was like, so I knew then the psych ward was not something that I needed to go through. Now, am I condemning it? No. What I'm saying is it's not for everyone. And I'm getting to breath work and touch therapy, but I knew at that point I didn't need to be in there. So I needed to play the game. And this is very sad when you're coming around people who you think are supposed to help you. Most of them are it's just a pill, write a script, call it a day, move on to the next person. And we forget that we're all human. So I was able to get out of there at 2:30 that afternoon, still depressed, still upset, still going through whatever my process was, over a 20-year healing process. So through the 20-year healing process, I basically did it all myself. It was self-healing, all of it. I learned everything book-wise about everything that I knew that I did afterwards. You know, I went through a whole 12-step process of healing. You know, it was like Alcohol Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. You know, you go through the whole step process. You're in denial, you're angry, you're mad, you're blame placing, you're going through it all. You know, I did. And it was a hard road. Eventually, I turned back into myself of finding out what was going on. So one thing that we don't want to do, we don't understand that a lot of our healing comes from within ourselves. A lot of us are in fight or flight mode, like I said earlier. And we feel like we can't go to a doctor because we're going to be judged. Hence my story earlier. We're going to be pointed at. It's our fault because of everything. And that's the last thing we need. So sometimes those modalities do not work for everyone. Sometimes they work in conjunction with something else. So I am actually pretty glad that I started to understand the holistic side of healing, which was honestly really hard for a lot of the, what do you want to call it? The clinician side, psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists. They weren't too keen on accepting it at first, literally, because it's like, no, I have a degree in this and that's not this. And, you know, you know how we get when we get our degrees, we get a little bit different, you know, and we push and we fight and we, you know, we want to be on top and we want to be the best. And we want to say, no, this is not right. That's not right. So one thing I learned through my whole healing process is, excuse me, is that there's not a wrong way or a right way for any of this. There's just another way. And that makes life easier because it opens the door for someone who may not need a psychiatrist, who may not need the medication or the pills prescribed to them. Someone may just need someone to talk to. Someone may just need to help you bring your whole psyche down, bring your whole everything, calm it down, you know, so you can hear clearly. You know, we have a lot of thoughts going in our head. The way the world is going now, we are trying to get up and go to work. If we're parents and married, we have children. We have to worry about the spouse. We have to worry about cooking dinner. We have to worry about cleaning up the house. We have a million things. Not only that, we have to think about, okay, what do I want to do with my life? Because I'm taking care of everyone else. If you're a mother or a father, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, all these things are going on. Then you have to contend with the outside world and what you're dealing with. You know, you have to get to work. So you have a crazy driver on the road. You have to worry about working with coworkers who are gruntled. If you're answering the phones, you have to worry about the people on the other end, how they're coming at you. You have all these things throughout a 24-hour day, and you only get 8 hours a night to compress it all if you can. But sometimes you're too tired because by the time you get ready to go to bed, you cook dinner, you help the kids with the homework, you've taken a shower, you've had to get clothes ready for school and work, and you're drained. So you haven't had time to pull it all together, compress it, decompress it, you know, just make sense of it all. So here's where breath work and touch therapy comes in. We have a lot of our young people. And I'm starting at the young people because that's where it starts initially. And if it's not looked at then, it's going to roll over into adulthood. It actually can start at childhood. It can start from the womb if you really want to know the truth. But again, a lot of us have no clue, especially the Black community. And it's not something that is talked about all the time because that's not what we're into, unfortunately. I'm not going to say all because we have a lot of prominent, successful Black businesses, and I love that about us. I love that we keep going despite whatever it is. But we have a community also that's lost, that they don't even know how to get to that help. They don't know the questions to ask. They just kind of like swallow it and keep going, not realizing that that trauma is still there, whatever it may be. I was a child that grew up without a mother. She died at the age, when I was at the age of 3. My dad raised me. He died at the age right after I graduated high school. So I lived most of my life without my mother. Really didn't get to know her like I wanted to. My dad was my only source of information, and he raised me the best way he could. So I grew up with bullying, even though he tried to teach me how to fight. There's a lot going on. It could go on and on and on, but by the time I got to adulthood, you have all this compiled inside me, not to mention before me, you have 2 parents. And this is the one thing a lot of people don't understand. When your parents are living trauma lives and you have 2 people who come together, and we have a habit of thinking that because we have a lot in common that, oh, we're supposed to be together because I've gone through this kind of trauma and you've gone through this kind of trauma as well. No. That's not true. It's so not true, because those 2 traumas come together is very explosive. You do not need to be with someone who has that trauma, because someone has to be the bigger person and says, you know what? We need help. We got to get fixed. We can't go on like this because we're 2 powder kegs exploding on top of each other all the time. So, breath work. What is breath work? Something that we don't even think to do. You can do it on your own, but some people probably need that help so they can get to that point. They can learn how to do it on their own. So this is something that I did with one of my clients. Actually, she's not even a client. She's a former coworker. So she is dealing with high anxiety. She zones out. She has, to the point where she has to take she literally takes medication now just to stay calm. Not go into anxiety attacks and not zone out and blank out and go into this just crazy mind space that she has no control over. And she was being weaned off of medication slowly, and her body was trying to adjust to that. So, you can't really put people on medication and expect to take them off just like that, because it's going to cause a whole nother, really bad triggering effect for the body. The body has to be weaned off of it. Just like a mother, when she's having a child, the first time when she first has that child, she goes through postpartum, because first of all, you got to remember, a woman has this child for 9 months. Her hormones are trying to get ready to get this child pushed out. So now after she has this child, her hormones are saying, what am I supposed to do now? Because I'm confused. There was someone here I was taking care of. Now it's not there anymore. So the body goes through a mourning process. It goes through a reconfiguration, trying to get back to where it was mentally, especially mentally. The hormones are all out of balance. We know how we are as women. It gets crazy. So breath work, I think this is the most important thing. So what I did with this coworker, we were in the office and I was at the front desk, and her office is like right by my office. She was having a moment, and literally, and I laugh at this situation every time, because at the time I had a very, very micromanaging supervisor, my job was to be at the front desk and make sure I was at the desk for the doors and the phone. Well, me being the person that I am, I decided, I didn't decide it. It just happened. When you are in your normal way of being, and you're just like second nature to you to be this type of person, you're walking in your journey, your course, your passion, whatever it is, and it's just there. And sometimes we don't realize it, but we're doing it. That's exactly what it was. She was in her office and she was having a panic attack. Now, mind you, I knew some of the things that she went through, but I had never, we never really had a deep discussion, and she kind of had an idea of what it was that I did. This one moment. Now, she was an intake worker, so she took in all the patients, signed them in, make sure all the paperwork was there for the residents and everything. Anyway, she has a panic attack. I'm supposed to be answering the phones in the door. The minute this happens, I jumped. It was like the desk, the phone, the front door did not matter anymore. I jumped up, grabbed her, and said, let's go outside. And this is what I'm going to show you about breath work. She had so many things going on in her head. Now, mind you, that job was stressful, which didn't help. But yeah, that's exactly what was going on. Breath work. I took her outside. I stood her under the tree. And I said, stop. And I said, close your eyes. And I said, breathe. And I told her how to breathe. Breathe in slowly through your nose, hold it, and then breathe out. And I did this for 3 times, and it calmed her down. And the minute I told her to do that, she was able to relax. And then I told her, what do you hear? Because when we're in that fight and flight mode, when we're dealing with all this anxiety, we don't even realize what's going on in front of us, even though it's happening. It's just like second nature because we're just doing it. We're used to just doing and going and going and doing and making and happen and call answering. We're really not in that space. We're really not. So I had to show her how to stop and breathe and shut the noise out. One thing that I learned in breath work is when you're concentrating on breathing, you're not thinking about anything else because no thoughts are coming in. You're literally sitting there listening to your breathing. And I've taken several people through that process. I said, when you're concentrating on your breathing, you're listening to the breath coming in and you're listening into it go out, you can't hear nothing. Not a thing is coming in. And it helps. So let's take it to a deeper level. It helps to balance your body. It helps to get you out of the fight or flight mode, which we are in all the time. It helps us to quiet our mind and come out of the story creation mode. And we create stories in our mind 24/7. Literally. I bet you can think have you ever sat and listened to the thoughts that go through your head? I would dare you to write them down just to see in 1 hour to see where your mind goes. And most of the time you're not going to remember because it's one thought after the next, after the next, after the next. Oh, I got to go cooking. Oh, what does she have on? You know what? I can't believe he just drove in front of me. Oh my God. Anxiety. Fight or flight mode. Not to mention what is already going on. Oh my God, I got to pay this bill. Oh my God, this is happening. It's always oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're there. This is where our community, we're and then not to mention the things that we feed our bodies and our spirits. None of that helps. But when we get to the point where we can just stop and shut it down, even if you are at work and you have to go outside for 5-10 minutes, or on your lunch break, go sit in your car and just breathe. Let your body readjust to calmness. And then you can go back into the place that you were in and clear it all out. You can focus. You can focus on what's happening right now, not what your mind is telling you you need to think on, because right now you can't do anything about it anyway. So why think about it? Another part of this is also touch. Okay, so you know what? Touch therapy. I want to bring that about. What is touch therapy? So a lot of people call it different things. Reiki. Also, those are some people who have gone to church sessions, church, ceremonies, or, church. Let's just say church. Call it what it is. So, and you've seen ministers call people up to the front and they'll speak to them and they'll lay hands on them. Touch therapy. You've seen it. It's just called something different. But when you put the word therapy on it, it's like, oh no, that's a doctor. I can't do it. It's not as bad as we think. If some people can go up to a stranger in a religious building and have someone talk to them and lay hands on them, then it's the same modality, except touch therapy, you don't have to be touched. Because the one thing we need to understand is, even during the breath work, our bodies carry energy all the time. If you were in a room with someone and say, for instance, I'll give you an example. I was out one night with some friends. We were at a ballroom dance class, and everyone was, enjoying everything, the music and everything. And all of a sudden, something in the atmosphere changed. The energy changed. I was the only one aware of it, though, and I could not pinpoint it. I could not figure out what it was. I did not know how to. I'm like, something's not right. The energy is not right. I could not find it. So I said, okay, I'm aware, and eventually it's gonna come about. So eventually there was one young lady that came in, and she had not been there the whole night. She came in and she walked up to the table and she started talking to our friends, and the energy that I felt in her got stronger. And I'm like, that's what it is. It didn't feel good. It felt heavy. It felt hard. It felt just, I was just like, oh, my whole insides were shaking. So, I'm like, that's what it is. My friends are like, well, no, she's like, something's not right. Touch therapy. When you touch someone's body, our body has energy centers called chakras, and each one of them stands for something within our human body to help us function. It tells us when it's off because something within us is not working, whether it's fight or flight, whether it's our creativity side, whether it's reproduction, emotions, the heart center, whether it's our thoughts are shutting down. So during touch therapy, again, what you're doing is you're feeling for that energy. You can do it yourself, but some people don't know how. And it's easy to get that therapy from someone else and find out how to take care of it. It's scanned. Your body gets scanned, and you can feel a heat source. If that heat source is very strong, or it's cold, or even if, say for instance, if you are in a certain spot and it's just really shaky, that energy tells you something. It's just like being around someone who their energy is off. Like I told you, when that woman came in the room, the whole energy in the room shifted. I was the only one that noticed it. And my whole inside shook, not outside. So you didn't know, but everything inside me, I'm like, something's not right there. This is where, when you go to therapy for touch therapy, they're here to help cleanse that area out, to push the negativity, the heaviness, the denseness that's causing your body to go into a fight or flight mode, or to help to reduce the stress and anxiety you're dealing with. It's also to help the natural healing process, because we are created as beings that can actually heal ourselves. And I know that sounds really, really crazy though. We can heal ourselves. What? Yes, we can. Now, what I am going to say is, on the other side of that, if we don't know that we're sick and we have, like, say for instance, we'll say cancer. We'll use cancer. If you don't know you have it and you're in stage 4, okay, I can't say that your body's going to be able to pull you through that. But what I will say is, when you're in those type of modes and you're sick and your body's that far along, breath therapy and touch therapy can also still help you to maneuver through the whole process, because stress is never good for anyone at any type, any phase in life, whether you're healthy, whether you're not healthy. It just makes it worse. If you notice that when you're in a stressful place in your life, heart palpitations, chest pains, acid reflux, the more we live in these type of spaces in our life, the more we cause more harm to our bodies, our minds. We get the migraine headaches. Cancer literally comes from a lot of this. We don't even realize. We say it's hereditary. Yeah, it could be, because a lot of the stress that person had previously that wasn't addressed, and that energy got stuck in the body, caused cancer cells. So now it's transferred onto a child, a newborn baby, who's carrying those same unhealed wounds. Now just imagine if we could take that same type of situation, and that child understands breath work or touch therapy growing up, and they can reverse that healing, that cancerous situation, and actually heal it before it even goes that far, even in its dormant stage. So when I say we have the capacity to heal ourselves, we have our capacity to control a lot of the things that we're actually bringing on into our life. It can be done We just have to believe. I've done it so many times with so many people, and it feels so good just to know that I did it myself for myself. I went through a whole traumatic situation, waking up in the middle of the nights, crying about past things that I had to deal with. And in order for us to for these two situations to work, we still have to go internal and find out, why is this happening to me? Because otherwise it's just an ending cycle. These are two modalities to help you move forward and be able to face some of those situations. But if you're just doing it just to be doing it for the moment, then you're not healing. We got to be serious about it. And again, I can't bring this around enough for our Black communities, because we have to be able and unafraid to step out of our comfort zone, step out of our bubbles that we've so locked ourselves in. Well, I'm safe right here, and this is all that I know, and this is, because someone else said it's good, so I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay right here because, my mom said this is what I should do. My dad said this is what my sisters and my cousins, well, the community says this. Okay, well, if they say jump off the bridge, the old saying, are you going to do it too? So who's going to be the catalyst to step out of their comfort zone? Matter of fact, this is not just an individual comfort zone now. It's become a community comfort zone. We're all in this community together. We're just going to all do this together, and this is how we're going to live together. No, we should not feel that way. We should be able to want to heal. I don't know anyone on this earth that has said, when they were born, I think I'm just going to live a life in a bubble of stress and pain, and I'm going to accept it, and this is what it is. No one should accept it. It should not have to be accepted, because you are on this earth to live a full life, to live a happy life, to live a successful, prosperous life. But we have got to end some of the stereotypes that we've programmed ourselves to be in. We've accepted the status quo, and there's a way to step out of even that without having to do it in an angry mode, because even being angry and letting those is a part of stress. It's a part of the life that we think it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge those emotions, but the key to it is not to let those emotions control us. Find out why those emotions are there. Find out why that feeling is there. Find out why your body is responding the way it's responding. Find out why you're sick. There are certain things that we can look up and find out in the holistic realm or, area to find out as to why, what does this mean metaphysically? A lot of our emotions and things that we attach have something to do with maybe your heart, maybe your nervous system. It can cause literally cancer cells. Who else? What else? Lupus. A lot of those things that, people thinking there's a way around it all. There's a way through it. There's a way to heal from it all. Even if you break a bone and you think it's not going to heal correctly. I've seen this. I've seen testimony of it. People who have usually used these breathing modalities and this touch therapy, it helps in so many areas to clear your mind so you can think straight and be able to not have to use pharmaceuticals all the time to just make it through the day. That should only be something temporary that you use until you can gain control and learn how to use these modalities to be able to function in life. We need to function correctly and clearly, but we've depended on so many other outside sources to help us, and we get stuck on them. And I do believe in touch therapy. I do believe it because I've done it on myself. I've done it on other people. I do believe in breath therapy because I do it when I find my own self, even to this day. Like today, I was on the Black Business Network, and I'm like, oh my God, wait. So while I'm on backstage, I'm breathing. I'm asking myself, why do you feel this way? And one thing I will say is I love the way when you're on backstage, you see what's happening in the advertisements. They're encouraging you in the ads. They're telling you this is meant for you. You can do this. So I started listening to that while I'm breathing. but I'm breathing and I'm checking in with my heart. I'm checking in with my gut feeling, and I'm bringing myself back to the moment, and I'm shutting my mind down to all the noise that's in it. That's what these two modalities are all about. This is what breathing and touch therapy is all about. Self, right now, where are you at? Where are you at? Come back from where your mind is, because your mind can take you out to Jupiter if you let it. But come back to the moment. Come back to right now. Where am I right now? It's easy to be done. Catch someone else. This is something that I do all the time. People come up to my desk. Hi.
Hi, Melvina. Thank you so
You're
much.
so
Those two teachings you gave us, on touch therapy, on breathing. And I'm going to tell you this. I really, really like your background. It matches, your energy kind of flows through. That's magical.
Thank you very much. This
That's
is my
right.
tree of life.
Well, that tree of life is you definitely have, it's beautiful. I'd say it like that. It's beautiful. I see the sun rays coming through there.
Yes.
Tell us again how to contact you, because I know a lot of people that were listening, they want to know, how do I get in touch with Melvina to continue that conversation?
Well, the best way to contact me is through my email, which is rebirthdimension@gmail.com. I check it consistently and would not miss an email, and I will be responding ASAP.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you have been wonderful. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side. That was wonderful. I want to remind everybody the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below. That is $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students, you can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We would like to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for January 2024. They include NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Roche Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, Barbara H. Smith, LLC, The Hello LLC, 5-Star BDM Media, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is coming, and I will see you on the other side.
The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics are essential platforms for Black business owners globally. They provide the tools and support you need to succeed in today's competitive marketplace. Join us today as we collaborate together with businesses from around the world to support our children, students, and young future entrepreneurs, Black businesses and corporations. We raise funds for students going to college and young entrepreneurs who are aspiring to be business owners, and we invite you to be a contributor today. Visit the website www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to connect with and learn more about how the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics can help you not only share your amazing business story to businesses, but also serve future generations. Hello, my name is David Jones, CEO and co-founder of the Hello LLC, where we help businesses build a culture, brand and experience, and leverage technology to pivot into Web3. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into Roku, Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify, Twitch, and Google Podcasts. Tune in, turn on, and let's thrive.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and the host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Artist to me is a creative expression of something from nothing. You know, it explodes onto the canvas or it explodes on in my work. One of the things that I try to do more than anything is I try to just give the lines and the movements and emotions and expressions into what I do. Art really means to me a chance to express how I feel deep down inside. Most of my art begins as a thought that I might have, you know, whether it's sports, whether it's history, whether it's a woman or a man. It pretty much starts as an idea of thought before I get into the actual image of what I'm going to draw. I do a lot of historical pieces. I was a history minor in college, and I love to do history pieces. And a lot of times I'm thinking about history, and then I try to make that history impact you as you look at it. That's one of the reasons I do pictures so large. People ask me, why do I do the pictures so big? And I tell them, I want the piece to impact them as they're looking at it, to kind of dominate them, dominate their space. And most of my pieces I try to do off page. I don't try to do anything that's going to be in those four corners, or in a square. And I want your imagination to be a part of the piece that you're looking at. The way I feel when I'm drawing, when I'm creating something, is I feel free. I feel like there's an anticipation of something that's going to come. I try not to draw first. I try to draw second. And what I mean by that is I try to allow myself to kind of get into the piece and just relax. Sometimes I miss time. I'll draw 2-3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. And while I'm drawing, it's just a free. I just feel free. I mean, I feel like time stands still. That's what it's all about in terms of the lines and the colors of my work, is to get an expression, to go deeper and past just what you see on the surface, but to go in and try to find an expression that everybody gets a different taste of what that expression is, whether it's anger or whether it's being happy or whether it's being, kind of calm or nonchalant. That expression that people take away from the piece is the most important part of what I do as an artist. Bold is the size of my pieces, where I try to do the piece larger than life, to kind of push forward toward you. That's what the boldness is all about. It's not so much about the lines, it's about the size. The Face of Change art show is inspired by my mother, but more importantly, it's a historical moment in time as the pieces depict different emotions and expressions of Barack Obama. The 44th president is indicative of the 44 pieces of art that I have done in this particular collection. When you begin to think about expressions and portraits, this is a portrait gallery of expressions of what transpired as Barack Obama ran for office. Some of the pictures are abstract and some are expressionistic. And I combined both of those forms of art to create this collection of art pieces. Overcomer, brilliant, ambitious, motivated, awesome, Obama.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, proved that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why BDirect was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to BDirect's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, BDirect Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African continental and country specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to BDirect Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series. And I am your business moderator for this morning on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, and entrepreneurs and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Now, today I will be your featured speaker for this particular session. I want to talk about scaling success, a brave approach to business growth and market mastery. This is a framework for my business at 5 Star BDM. And I want to make sure that you all have an opportunity today. As I think about this sea of brilliant minds, I am reminded of my own journey, one filled with challenges, learning, and a relentless pursuit of growth. Just like many of you, my path was neither straight nor smooth, but it was a journey that taught me the essence of true resilience and innovation. In this dynamic world of ours, where change is the only constant, we find ourselves at the crossroads of unprecedented opportunities. Did you know that in the last year alone, the global startup ecosystem added over $5 trillion in value? This staggering figure is a testament to the power of entrepreneurial spirit and innovation that thrives among us. We gather here not just as individuals with aspirations, but as a collective force capable of redefining the boundaries of what is possible. We are united in a quest to scale our ventures, elevate our influence, and leave an indelible mark on our industries and communities. And it's in this spirit of collective ambition and individual tenacity that I introduce you to a transformative concept, a beacon that has guided my path and that I believe can illuminate yours. That is the Brave Brand Blueprint Framework. This approach isn't merely a set of strategies. It is a process for success in an ever-evolving business landscape. And why brave, you ask? Because today's business world doesn't just require strategies, it demands courage. Brave stands for boldness, resilience, adaptability, vision, and engagement. It is a framework that champions the brave-hearted, those who dare to challenge the status quo, who adapt with agility, and who engage with an unwavering commitment. Whether you are at the dawn of your entrepreneurial journey or navigating the complexities of scaling your established venture, this framework is your ally. It is for the bold, the resilient, the visionary, and everyone who believes in the power of engagement. So let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Allow me to walk you through each aspect of Brave, sharing not just strategies, but stories of triumph, setbacks, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. A journey where not only we strive to achieve our business goals, but also inspire and empower each other to reach new heights. Today, our journey begins with a crucial first step, and that is decoding your business environment. I want you to envision a marketplace, not just any marketplace, but the very crucible where your business dreams and realities converge. This environment is ever evolving, pulsating with opportunities and challenges unique to your industry. Let's consider real-world disruptors like how Tesla revolutionized the automotive industry, or how small-scale coffee shops are carving out niches amongst big, giant coffee giants. Each story is a testament to understanding and leveraging the business environment. Did you know that, as per recent statistics, over 50% of startups pivot from their initial market offerings to adapt to market demands? This figure highlights the dynamic nature of our business landscapes. Now let's delve into a common challenge many of us face: the overwhelming complexity of market trends and consumer behaviors. How do we navigate this maze? The answer lies in embracing the Brave framework. Consider boldness in the context of Airbnb, which redefined the hospitality industry amongst skeptical markets. Reflect on resilience, as demonstrated by companies like Zoom, which scaled rapidly due to changing work dynamics. Think about adaptability in the face of emerging sustainability trends, compelling businesses to rethink their operations. Visualize vision through the lens of organizations like SpaceX, which is literally reaching for the stars. And finally, engagement, where businesses like Patagonia connect deeply with their audience through shared values. Each element of Brave is not just a concept, but a lived reality, a strategic response to our decoded business environments. So I ask you, how does your venture resonate with these elements? Are you the disruptor, the growth focused, or the niche specialist? Let's not just ponder these questions. Let's actively engage with them. Think about the last significant decision you made in your business. Was it driven by boldness, resilience, adaptability, vision, or engagement? Or perhaps a combination of these elements? As we proceed today, remember that decoding your business environment is more than an intellectual exercise. It's a proactive stance in shaping your business's destiny. It's about understanding where you are, envisioning where you want to be, and utilizing the Brave framework to chart the course. So let us take a leap further to decode, to understand, and to masterfully navigate the landscapes of our respective industries. Together, we will pave the way for not just business growth, but for a legacy of innovation and impact. Let's immerse ourselves in crafting a distinctive brand, the art and science of building a narrative that not only speaks, but resonates and endures. Imagine your brand as a beacon in the industry, like a lighthouse in the vast ocean of the market. It's not just about standing tall. It's about guiding your customers to your shores amidst a sea of competitors and constant brand noise. Think again of Patagonia in the outdoor apparel, or Spotify in streaming music. Brands that stand out for their unique identity and values. But crafting such a brand narrative is not without its challenges. In a world where consumers are bombarded with endless choices, how does your brand cut through the clutter? How does it rise above the noise? This is where the Brave framework becomes your compass. Let's break it down. Boldness in embracing your unique story. Like how Airbnb disrupted the hospitality sector, be bold in defining what sets you apart. Resilience in the face of brand fatigue and competition. Remember, enduring brands like Coca-Cola and Nike have weathered market storms and evolved without losing their core identity. Adaptability in fine-tuning your brand to market shifts and consumer preferences. Just as Netflix transitioned from DVDs to streaming, your brand too must be nimble. And then vision in foreseeing future trends and aligning your brand accordingly. Like Tesla's commitment to sustainable transport, your brand's vision should be forward-thinking. Foster engagement with your audience in meaningful ways. Create experiences, not just transactions. Make your brand a part of your customers' lives, much like Apple has done. Now, I urge you to reflect. Does your brand story embody these Brave elements? Is your narrative compelling enough to create not just customers, but brand ambassadors? But let's not stop at reflection. To aid you in this journey, I recommend resources like Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller and tools like Brand Identity Canvas. These can offer deeper insights and structured approaches to crafting your brand story. Remember that your brand is more than a name or a logo. It's a promise, a story, a journey that you share with your customers. It's your business's heart and soul. Let's build brands that are not just seen but felt, not just heard but experienced. Brands that don't just exist in the marketplace, but thrive and lead. Let's delve a little deeper into the heart of tailored marketing and sales mastery. Let's remember that these aren't just facets of business. They are the very pulse. It's here where interest is sparked, connections are made, and journeys with our customers begin. But let's acknowledge the elephant in the room, the challenges we all face in marketing and in sales. In an era where consumer attention is most sought after as far as its currency, how do we stand out? How do we ensure our message is not just heard, but felt and remembered? Drawing wisdom from marketing luminary Seth Godin, who tells us people do not buy goods and services, they buy relations, stories, and magic. We find first clue. This insight isn't just profound, it's the roadmap to transcending these challenges. It's about crafting a narrative that resonates, that touches not just the mind, but the heart of your audience. Take the example of HubSpot, a beacon of inbound marketing and excellence, or the enchanting story of a small community-centered coffee shop. They aren't just businesses. They are storytellers, relationship builders, and magicians in their own right. They remind us that at the core of successful marketing and sales is an understanding and connection with the audience. It's not just demographics, but the aspirations, the challenges, and daily living. But how does this tie into our Brave journey? Each element of Brave, boldness, resilience, adaptability, vision, and engagement, plays a pivotal role in crafting your marketing and sales narrative. Be bold in your messaging, resilient in facing market shifts, adaptable in your strategies, visionary in foreseeing consumer trends, and engaged in building lasting relationships. Reflect where we've transferred so far, understanding your business environment, crafting your brand story. These are the foundations upon which your marketing and sales strategies are truly built. They inform how you speak to your audience, how you present your brand, and how you forge enduring connections. Now let us shift our perspective from selling to helping, from transactions to relationships. Let's embrace marketing and sales as a journey we embark on with our customers, which is a chapter in our brand's ongoing narratives. And I challenge you to engage actively, reflect critically, and prepare to transform your marketing and sales approach. Let's not just aim for success, let's aim for mastery. And before we dive into the tools and strategies that I want to talk about, allow me to share a stirring example that embodies the essence of our Brave journey in marketing and sales. Let's look at a campaign that not only achieved success, but we did so with a bold and brave spirit. I want you to imagine a small eyewear brand, just like in your neighborhood, one that emerged in a market dominated by fast fashion giants. Faced with formidable competition, they chose not to participate in the market, but to change the conversation around it. This is where the Brave journey began. First, with boldness. They launched a campaign, not just promoting their products, but advocating for sustainable fashion and technology in the eyewear market. It was a risk, a departure from the norm, but it resonated deeply with an audience yearning for change. Next was resilience. And when initial responses were lukewarm, they didn't retract, they persisted. Through social media, community events, and influencer partnerships, they steadily built a movement around their brand. Then came adaptability. As consumer trends shifted towards online shopping, they pivoted their strategy, enhancing their digital presence and online customer experience. Their vision was clear from the start: to be more than an eyewear brand, to be a champion for the environment. This vision guided their every decision, their every campaign, which led to engagement. They didn't just sell glasses, they created a community. They engaged their audience through storytelling, through shared values, through a commitment to a cause greater than themselves. The result, a brand that not only stands out for its products, but is revered for its principles and its impact. This campaign wasn't just marketing, it was a mission, a testament to the power of a brave approach in the world of marketing and sales. Let this story be a beacon for us all. It tells us how, with the right approach, challenges can become opportunities, and a brand can become a legacy. But what about the financial numbers and charts? And imagine all these charts and graphs, you all see them all. It's just a treasure map. They guide us through the terrains of profitability, navigating through the currents of cash flow that'll lead you through the treasures and the sustainable growth. This map, though, requires more than just reading. It demands interpretation, the kind that turns data into strategic decisions. Let's talk about a small tech company's journey. A narrative that tells the brave approach in financial decision making. Faced with the challenge of a limited resource, their boldness led them to innovative funding avenues. Their resilience showed that they could navigate through financial downturns with prudent cash flow management. And adaptability was key in adjusting their business model in response to market feedback. And their vision guided their investment decisions, focusing on long-term growth and short-term gains, or over short-term gains. And engagement, they involved their entire team in understanding the financial health of the company, fostering a culture of transparency and collective responsibility. But what specific tools and techniques can you expect to learn from this journey? As we delve into the practicalities of creating a robust cash flow forecast, explore methods of diversifying funding resources and unraveling the intricacies of financial metrics that truly matter. And I want to pause here and ask you, what are the financial challenges you face in your business? Think about it. As we go deeper, let's see how we can turn these challenges into opportunities for growth. Financial acumen is more than a skill, it's a language. It's the language of your business's story of growth and success. And as we master this language, we transform numbers and data into strategic assets that pave our path to triumph. Now we will find ourselves navigating the waters of market dynamics. And in this vast ocean of business, our ability to read the currents, to predict the changing tides, is what sets us apart as navigators. But how do we hone this navigational skill? This is where a specific technique of market trend analysis, environmental scanning, comes into play. It's a method that involves systematically examining external influences to identify early signs of potential market shifts. Imagine how you might have employed this technique, scanning the landscape for signs of digital fatigue among your consumers. So we delve deeper. Let's look towards any trend that is rapidly shaping our future. The integration of artificial intelligence into everyday business practice. How will this trend alter your industry's landscape? And how can you adapt your sales to harness its power? Now I invite you to reflect on your own ventures. How can environmental scanning help you identify the next big wave in your industry? What emerging trend might become the tailwind for your business growth? Now I want you to picture this. You're standing at the helm of your business. Your eyes are fixed on the horizon. You're ready to navigate through the shifting seas of market dynamics. With the tools of trend analysis in hand and the Brave framework as your compass, you are poised not just to weather the storms, but to ride the waves of opportunity. And the seas of market dynamics, be the navigator, not the driftwood. Set your sails, catch the winds of change. Steer your business towards uncharted waters of success and innovation. We're going to crystallize the essence of this journey from the abstract principles to concrete actions, where the theoretical aspects of the Brave framework become the guiding stars of practical business strategy. Consider the healthcare startup I work with, a paragon of boldness, not merely for entering a competitive market, but for daring to redefine it. Their audacity to challenge norms is a beacon for us all. Reflect on the resilience of the local restaurant, which didn't just survive the pandemic, but reinvented itself. They demonstrated resilience, not just in endurance, but in the capacity to transform adversity into advantage. Think of the retail company as an example of adaptability. Their shift towards sustainable practices was more than a business decision. It was an adaptive strategy that recognized and responded to the evolving consumer consciousness. Consider the tech company whose vision foresaw the demand for remote work solutions. Their foresight wasn't just insightful, it was visionary in its truest sense. And we look at the coffee shop as an embodiment of engagement. Their success lies not just in what they sell, but in how they connect, create community, and engage hearts and minds. All of this is important. And we start to understand flow chart, flows through your decision making. Imagine a tool that prompts you with questions like, what bold step can my business take today? Or how can I adapt my strategy to the latest market trend? This should be a flow chart for you. It's a journey through the Brave framework, guiding your decisions with structured, reflective inquiry. And as an additional resource, I'm excited to share a framework that we offer. And that's the value proposition canvas. That's going to help you align your products and services with your needs and desires from your customer's perspective, enhancing your engagement. It's very, very important. I want you to let the Brave framework be your compass, guiding you to uncharted territories in innovation and success. To embrace this framework, though, you've got to understand a set of principles that are going to be your guiding spirit. And today, we will use these stories and these frameworks to equip ourselves to conquer the business world bravely. This is a brave approach to business, growth, and market mastery. And by learning to foster community and social impact, the pursuit of business success with noble quest of your contribution to society will be a testament to the transformative power of ethical entrepreneurship. Now, there was a tech company that I work with that not only embraced boldness in its products, but also stepped up during the global crisis to provide free educational tools to underprivileged students. Now, this initiative wasn't just a corporate responsibility effort. It was a powerful demonstration of using business as a platform for social change. As we reflect on resilience of businesses like a sustainable food company that drastically changed its carbon footprint, despite all the market challenges, we see that there is a commitment to environmental stewardship that goes beyond mere compliance. That is a story of resilience with a purpose. Consider the adaptability of a retail brand that aligned its entire product line with sustainable practices, not just responding to a market trend, but actively shaping consumer consciousness towards eco-friendly choices. Now, in my own journey, I have witnessed the powerful impact of integrating social goals into business models. And whether it was collaborating with local communities on environmental projects or supporting educational initiatives, these experiences reinforce my belief in businesses as catalysts for positive change. So let's talk about measurable impact. Studies have shown that companies with strong social responsibility see not just an increase in brand loyalty, but also an improvement in employee satisfaction. This isn't just about good ethics, it's good business. And as we delve deeper into the world of social impact, let's revisit the value proposition canvas. This time focusing on how it can be used to design products and services that not only meet your customer needs, but also address social and environmental challenges. Let's embrace the notion that our businesses can indeed be vessels of positive change, creating ripples that extend far beyond our immediate surroundings. It's about being brave, not just in the pursuit of profit, but in the pursuit of a better world. So let us move forward with this empowering thought. In the marketplace of life, let our businesses be not just stories of value, but sources of values. Let's commit to fostering communities, to making a difference, and let's do it bravely. And by building and leveraging a support network, imagine this network as a web, each strand representing a connection, a potential collaboration, an avenue of support. It is in this context that I'm happy to introduce our BRAVE framework. Boldness, resilience, adaptability, vision, and engagement come to life, even in my own Follow the Brand podcast and TV series. This platform is not only a space for sharing insights and resources, but also a breeding ground for bold ideas, resilient strategies, and engaging discussions. And in my early days of my own journey, it was a connection made at a local business event that opened the doors to my first major client and transformed my business trajectory. This experience was a testament to the profound impact of networking, of stepping out with boldness, engaging with a purpose, and building relationships that extend beyond just mere transactions. Learn to identify key influencers who resonate with your vision. Engage in your community events and give back and learn. Leverage both online and offline platforms for a diverse networking experience. And more importantly, nurture these relationships with authenticity and mutual respect. And as we reflect on the web we're all a part of, I invite you to consider who are the mentors, peers, and collaborators in your network. How can you expand this web, weaving new strands that strengthen and enrich your entrepreneurial journey? I want you to continue to join me on my platform on Follow the Brand and continue these kinds of discussions. So let's share our challenges and triumphs and build a community that embodies the essence of BRAVE. Now, in conclusion, let us embrace this thought. In the tapestry of business, our networks are both the threads and the loom. They weave together our individual journeys, creating a fabric that is stronger and more vibrant than any single thread alone. So let us step forward with the spirit of collaboration, with the understanding that our successes are not just our own, but part of a greater collective achievement. Together with the support of our networks and the guiding principles of Brave, there is no limit to what we can achieve. I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to share this path with you, and hope for the remarkable strides you are about to make in your business and in your community. Today, we have navigated the expansive seas of business strategy, illuminated by the guiding light of the Brave framework. But as we part ways, I extend to you an invitation, a call to action that transcends the confines of this platform. 5-Star BDM, the architects of the Brave Blueprint strategy, stand ready to be your ally in this journey. With their experience, my expertise in consultation and strategic development, we offer not just guidance, but a partnership in crafting your unique path to success. And if you're ready to make that bold step, you can book a consultation with me at no cost. You can also receive a free copy if you note the Black Business Olympics in your communication, and get a free book on Brave brand strategy for yourself. Now, how can you embark on this? I want you to email me at grant.mcgaugh, that's MCGAUGH at 5starbdm.com, or go to my website at 5starbdm, that's B for brand, D for development, M for masters.com. And in closing, let me leave you with this rallying call. Be bold, be resilient, be adaptable, be visionary, be engaged, be brave. I want to thank you for allowing me to be your business moderator for this morning. Let's continue to embrace this forum for the next 8 hours on this show. It has been wonderful. I want to thank everybody who has helped me in my journey, which has been quite phenomenal. I want to thank everybody from the Black Business Network. Remember, this is a fundraiser. And as a fundraiser, we are asking each of you to donate to the scholarship fund. Now, you can go down below. You can see the right below me. You can donate. That's $BBX USA. I want each of you to donate to the scholarship fund. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. Now, we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for January 2024, NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, Barbara H. Smith, LLC, The Hello LLC, 5-Star BDM Media, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA, Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
5-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
You need to be messaging and communicating to a lot more folks and getting them committed to you as a brand and feeling that you are trustworthy, as a subject matter expert, and for their needs and their pain points. That says, look, here are my pain points. Here's the problem that I have that I don't want, or the benefit that I want that I don't have. And Grant and Sydney understand that and are giving me information to be able to assist, in my eliminating those pain points.
You're going to get a lot out of this workshop. We're going to show you ways that you can begin to look at this particular problem, that you can apply different formulas, techniques, and skills. They're going to get you to that next level. And then you'll understand the value that we're bringing.